Hey there. Hey there. No intro, raw dog, my friends. That's the way we do things, right? I thought, no, you know what? No intros anymore. Fuck intros. Intros are for normal channels. This is not a normal channel. This is a channel that's different, right? The quality's different. The aesthetic is different, right? The way I do things is different. Hopefully, I fixed all the issues from the previous streams. I hope you've realized in watching these that I've unlisted them, or at least unlisted the last one that I thought was a nightmare in terms of production quality. But not anymore. Not anymore. Hopefully, I fixed the issues that were glaring behind the scenes. We'll find out throughout the course of this stream if that's true or if, well, lives are going to be changed permanently. So welcome to a Sunday stream, right? It's obviously on the PigCake channel. We're here doing things big. Everything's big, right? The font on the comments over there are big because I'm blind. The things that I'm going to show you today are big, right? That's the theme of today's episode, big. And I'm saying that because one of the things that I saw is AI comedy, which is one of the things that I'm going to go over in a bit, but also a lot of retardation on the part of a lot of people. And as you notice, I'm also enjoying a nice little bit of an orange here because that's what I've been doing. I've been eating healthy, right? Trying to have some fruits, trying to have some vegetables instead of having the usual, which is Mickey D's. That was the usual about 2 months ago, but not anymore. I'm progressing. I'm evolving. I'm having Freshie. I'm having Diet Check Freshie, right? Look how gross that is. I'm having oranges. I'm having beans. Beans, boys. Beans. So welcome to the stream. Right, hopefully this is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about many different things. One of the things that annoys me, though, right, is I went to one of my local bars recently. Right, I have a couple bars that I frequent, and all right, all right, all right. I went to one of my local bars recently, and there was a conflict. Right, there was a conflict between the bartender and the a patron there who was overly hammered. And one of the things that I don't like seeing in public is conflict because it's always cringy, right? There's no conflict that's, there's no conflict that I would say is worthwhile of arguing in public. And especially the bar where they could just cut you off. So we're trying to cut off this obvious drunk person, and he didn't understand that. So he kept arguing with the bartender, saying, "Hey, man, I built this bar. All right? These are just the young, new talents here, the new young people that don't work or that are just starting to work here. But we've been coming here for 20 years, so let's get out." All right. I mean, they're still going to make money regardless. So I don't understand what the deal is that or how that would be something that you would use as a weapon against the bartender. But it's always awkward to see conflict take place that's outside of a scripted environment because people don't know what to say. Right? You watch it on TV, and anytime you hear about conflict or anytime you see conflict, it's like cool and there's comebacks. No, not in real life. Whenever you see conflict in real life, it's always cringy and terrible to look at. So let's see what we have here. I know that I organized myself by having the topics that I want to talk about. And also, I think it was gay night at the bar, which is kind of weird because not to say that there's anything wrong with that. Of course, there isn't anything wrong with that. But looking around, it was exclusively people of that type, right? So I was very confused because it's not a gay bar, but it was packed. It was packed. It looked like one of you take earrings, you got the hair, you got the hat. So I'm sure I felt right in. So that's a weird little issue. So imagine, right? Anytime you see magicians have conflict online, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like in real life, right? So anytime you've ever seen a magician on Facebook, on the Magic Cafe, right, that's going over and they have some sort of issue with someone, that's how it looks like. It's awkward. They don't know what to say. It's this back and forth that's really not justified. Ooh, oh, oh boy. Oh boy, my friends. Is this happening? I hope this is not happening. The stream is dying a slow death, right? Because if that's the case, I might just go to T-Mobile and give them a piece of my mind tomorrow, if that's the case. Because right now I'm looking at essentially what is a dead, right? Is this really happening right now? Maybe I should change the name of the stream to Grown Man Gets Angry Exponentially. I'm looking at the thing right now, and it's saying 0. So right now, I don't know what's happening if I'm outputting anything at all. So if you see anything, if there's anything coming out right now, put a 1 in the chat if there's anything coming out. Because so far, I don't see anything coming out. Because that's apparently how it is. Even though I have an Ethernet connection, even though it's been stable, and I tested it before the stream. So there should be no reason as to why it's not fucking working. But of course, when I start the stream, that's when I have the issues. What a fucking coincidence, isn't that? That I could test it for an hour before the stream, and it works perfectly fine, no issues. But the moment I stream, problems. Problems. Nothing but problems. Is this happening? What? Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not even. This isn't even a bit anymore. This isn't even a bit at this point. This is just angry. I'm just angry right now. What is going on? Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude. Stream output, right? Everything is fine. Everything is good. Why am I going and running into nonstop problems? Why? That's what I want to know, right? Everything's good. Everything seems to be here on the up and up, right? But instead, all I have here are problems. That's all I'm experiencing, problems. Maybe if I change this to performance, maybe that might have. Let's see. Let's see if that made a difference. Let's see if that made a difference, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, my friends. I can't tell you how angry this makes me. Right now, it might not seem like it. It might not seem like it. Like I'm gloriously angry right now. But I'm very upset right now. Yeah, the stream's fucked. I check on another stream. It's him. Turn off the Japanese ads and see if that does something. Let's see if that does something. Let's see if turning off that vaporwave behind me happens to improve or increase the stream. I doubt it. I doubt it, but you know what? Anything at this point, I'll take it. I'll take it and anything, right? Because this is unacceptable. What is this? Look at the frame rate. My friends, I think this is it. I think this is it. I think this might be where I've reached my limit of patience. I thought I solved it, right? I thought I fixed it. And then what is it? What is it about me starting to stream that makes the issue happen, right? That's what I want to know. What is it about it that makes the issues start? Because they didn't start for an hour when I tested it. Everything was perfectly fine. But yet now, look at that. You think this is acceptable? Let me see if maybe I could fix this in a different way. But you know what? We're going to turn this into the PigCake Fixes the Stream Live. PigCake Fixes the Stream Live again, right? Even though I clearly thought that I fixed it, even though it worked, right? There should be no reason as to why this is happening. Profile high. What is this? Max B-frame GPU. Could that be it? No. Maybe VBR? Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. I'm just doing shit right now. Because apparently, I can't do a fucking legitimate stream. Because for whatever reason, I'm always fucked. What is this? Is this for This is why. Are the robots taking over? Is this what happens when we rely on robots? Look at that. There you go. Today's the day, my friends. Today's the day. I think this might be it. I think today might be actually. Oh boy. Dial-up might be better. The worst part is that all the comments are coming up. You know why? You know why? Because it's working, right? The internet's working. I see it, right? It's there. But no, the one thing that doesn't work is the stream. You're watching a grown man unwind slowly in front of you. That's what's going to happen here. You're watching a grown man slowly unwind and unravel angrily in front of you here, right? I'm here. I prepare for the stream. I make sure that I wake up and that I test everything out, right? And instead, what happens? What happens is that I run into nonstop issues. Nonstop issues. Why didn't the issues come up an hour ago? Why didn't they come up an hour ago? No, but suddenly I make it public, and then that's when the issues come up. Am I being fucked with? Is this some sort of weird introduction to a conspiracy? Maybe. I'm looking at the stream now. It seems fine. But we'll see how long that lasts again. Because it seems like I've had nothing but problems here. How long has it been? It's only been, what, 15 minutes? And I haven't even gone to one topic. So fucking great. I'm so excited, my friends. Look at this. Look at this. That's non-voluntary. That's happening beyond my control right now. Look at this. Isn't that great? So can we get into some fucking topics without running into problems? Can I please do that? Can I please? Please, internet gods. That's all I'm asking, for me to be able to do a stream. How come you weren't bothering me when I did a 5-hour Minecraft stream and nothing died? Huh? Okay. So the first thing that I guess I want to mention is this thing. I keep seeing this everywhere. Let me see if I could even fucking show it without losing my complete and absolute mind. So let's see. Let's go here and see if I could go to VM TikTok, right, and check this shit out. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's see if my internet capacity is capable of having a basic TikTok video play and not blow everything up as it has been for the past 15 fucking minutes. Oh, boy. So, everyone's familiar with the appearing cane, right? If you've had at least a second of virginity in the magic community, right? You know what the appearing cane is. You hold a silk, you throw it up in the air, you catch it, and a cane appears, right? Now, one thing that's been popping up on my TikToks nonstop is maybe they figured out that I do magic tricks, so they show me this. They show me this. Show me this as a weapon. Someone is selling the appearing cane as an actual weapon. So let's get into this and see if I could show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Today's the day. Today's the day, my friends. Today is it. This is it. Right? Everything's connected correctly. Okay, let's go to it and see if I could even play it without losing my mind slowly. So let's go and click here, right? So this right here, if you could even see what I'm looking at, right? If you could see what I'm looking at, which I could see, right? I could see it. I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if you could hear me. Let's see, live. I'm looking live right now at what you guys are looking at. And it looks like a PowerPoint presentation. Wow. Look at the amazing quality that I'm able to produce here. I'm about to actually lose my mind. I might be losing my mind today, right? Speed test. I did speed test, and it's excellent. And I also did a test to see the longevity, right? Like, oh, let me make sure that the thing actually lasts. So speed tests only test your speed in that moment in time, right? That's when speed tests test your stuff, and it tests your upload and your download. And you know what it was? You know what it was? It was great. It was phenomenal. It's beyond any speed I've ever seen in my entire life. And then I did one to make sure that it doesn't drop, and it didn't drop. And you know what I did? I did a stream before this one to myself where I streamed it to YouTube. And I did 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes where I'm testing everything. I'm making sure that everything works fine, and it doesn't work fine. Look at this. You see that? You see that? Right? That's what's happening right here. So you're eating healthy, and the overlords can't allow that content, right? Is that it? Is that it, that I've changed my diet? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You know, could it be? Because this one over here, look at that. Is this fine? No, it's not fine. Okay, I'm shaking out of anger there. I see the fan in the background moving. So let's see if I could mention this here without having a problem with my fucking internet like I have been for the past 2 weeks now. T-Mobile, I'm about to pay them, and I've been dealing with nonstop issues. Fuck. So this is a pocket staff, right? You might recognize this as an appearing cane, but it's been rebranded. It's been rebranded as the pocket staff. For some reason or another, this guy decided to buy these in bulk from AliExpress and then sell them as a defensive weapon. Doesn't that make you want to change nearby lives in a mall? Doesn't that make you want to change some lives? Just looking at that, right? And there's one here in particular that was quite funny. Right here, self-defense tool that all girls need. So let's click on this and see if I could show you this here. Let's see. You can't hear it, which is good because it might be copyright music. But you see what's going on, right? It's an appearing cane. That's all it is. It's an appearing cane, the same thing that we've all bought. We all have about 1,000 of those. I know I had a couple, but I lost it. I lost my appearing cane. But the self-defense tool that all girls need, and he proceeds by using it to crush a can that's already crushed, which is great. And I love this because obviously the thing folds because it's made out of shitty bendable metal. So it's not necessarily something that you could use. But imagine somebody. I want you to imagine somebody that purchases this particular item with the intent of using it as a weapon. Right? Could you imagine? Could you imagine how much harder the ass whooping is going to be because of that? When you take this out, maybe you're a student and you're like, no. I saw this shit online. I saw this shit, dude. This is going to defend me from my bullies. And then you go and you fucking make your staff appear like you're Ben 10. And then you hit them and it folds and it buckles under the pressure. Right? So this is a cancer. And I've been seeing this forever. Right? I've been seeing this nonstop. Don't buy this toy. Don't buy this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so okay, let me take that out. He addresses it himself here. Right? So he addresses it himself and he goes, "Hey, look at this. This is it's you know it's a fucking toy, motherfucker. Show this to your friends. They'll be shocked." Will they? I think they'll be shocked as to how much harder your ass whooping is going to be. Right? They'll be shocked as to how much harder it's going to hurt you, especially when you take this out and try to intend to use it as a defensive weapon. You know what I've just realized, by the way? The stream's been good here, right? It's been fine here. Look at that. It's been decent here. There's been no issues, right? But then when I jump to the first screen, there's a problem. You think it might be the camera, that there's something happening with the camera, because so far it hasn't dropped anything. So that's making me wonder. Right now, look at what we're doing, my friends. I'm solving things. People call me an idiot, right? They go, "Oh, look, PigCake, he's an idiot, right? He's a retard. He's just a dumbass." And I go, yeah, but I'm still capable of solving problems. And right now, I'm looking at the stream and I see that it's fine. It looks decent. Haven't dropped any frames. But then when I go to the big camera, suddenly I'm dropping frames. What's going on there? Maybe I think I'm onto something. Hene, I think you mentioned that earlier about taking out that fucking Vaporwave video. Could that Vaporwave video just being there maybe cause, I don't know, some video issue? Let's see. Let's go back and test it out. I'm going to go back to the murky waters that is the other section of my stream. and see if I go back to it blowing up and acting like shit. And I'm willing to bet that you might be onto something. That might just be the video settings, right? That the computer, for some odd reason, even though it's supposed to be, it's a setting. I know it's a fucking setting. I know that it's going to be one little thing that the moment I press it, everything is going to be fine. I know that. I know that as a fact. But I'm a retard, and I haven't figured that setting out yet, right? I thought I did for an hour before the stream. I thought I did when I was looking up all the potential outs and then fixing it and then solving it, right? I thought I did, but I didn't. Because obviously when I started the stream, it's been nonstop issues. So let's go back. Let's go back to that main camera and see if what it is that see if my hypothesis is correct. That it's in fact that section that fucks everything up. So let's go. Let's go to it, and then let's take this out. Let's take this out here. So I'm gonna delete the vaporwave. I'm gonna remove it. Right? Are you sure you want to remove the vaporwave? Yes. Yes, I'm sure I want to remove the vaporwave. But even then, right? So far, so good. Maybe let me see if also the filters. Maybe if there can't be a filter on a fucking camera. Could you imagine if it's a filter on this? My computer's perfectly capable of running things perfectly fine. I was playing Minecraft the other day. There was no issues. But all of a sudden, now I do a normal stream and I'm running into nonstop issues. That's no excuse. All right, Dell and or T-Mobile. So let's see how this goes. I just turned off that I removed that vaporwave thing from the background, and let's see if this persists well. But yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand that, and it makes sense because I guess the person wants to make money, right? But could you imagine selling an appearing cane as a viable defense tool? Have you ever had an appearing cane? Even the metal ones, yeah, you might catch your skin on it. Right, but it's garbage. It's trash. It's like aluminum, essentially. So imagine, even when you roll it up and it's stiff, they're gonna laugh at you, right? They're gonna laugh at you. Where the robots at? Don't jinx yourself. Yeah, the setup is nice. None of them knew they were robots. Well, that's the other part, right? That's the other thing that I wanted to get into is that another thing that's popped up is comedy, right? AI comedy, and it's this Netflix thing. Right, I guess Netflix's YouTube channel or Netflix is nice, whatever the YouTube channel is, where they have AI comedy, which blew my mind because it was so fucking funny. It was really funny. Did the first 20 minutes of Ricky J's B-Way show at the bar Thursday. Card control, false dealing, nailed it. Is a bar a good venue for doing that sort of stuff? Right, is a bar a good venue for doing that sort of stuff where you are what do you call this? Like gambling stuff, I imagine maybe, right? They'd have to probably be like into that scene. Came for the 30K podcast setup. Well, JT, if you were here in the first 10 minutes, you would probably see that this setup, it looks the same as your Breezy's $30,000 setup, but it's acting like a 5-cent setup. It's acting like I owe you money for this setup. But so far it's been working. I think, you know what, Hane, I think your hypothesis was correct. I think the vaporwave in the background, for some odd reason, was throwing everything out. But now let me take that out. Let me take out the video. So if I go to filters, let me take out the chroma key here so you kind of see what it looks like. Let me bring that shit back. Look at that. We're back with the green, baby. Back with the green, baby. So it might have been that, but it makes no sense because you're saying that my thing is incapable. Or here's another hypothesis which might sound overly virgin-y, right? Maybe because the video card is being used for OBS, right? I hate to be technical here, right? But the video card is the one that's in charge of OBS. Maybe it's having an imbalance with the CPU being used so hard, right? So it could be like a bunch of shit that's that could have just exacerbated it. That could have masturbated it, right? So maybe that could have been it. What's a good magic trick to do to the cartel? Oh, that's funny. No trick, man. I was watching a video the other day about it was this documentary of it wasn't El Chapo, but it was about, I'm trying to remember the name, but it was in Mexico, right? It was a documentary about some drug thing in Mexico, and these two tourists come to the restaurant at the wrong time. So these two tourists that they're American, and they come to this guy's restaurant, which is obviously a front, right? And they spoke English. And because they made the mistake of speaking English, the cokehead crazy cartel guy assumed that they were part of the CIA and the FBI. So he had them tortured and killed. All because they made the mistake of going, oh, the restaurant's closed, let's go. Like that in English. So the best trick to do to the cartel is disappearing, vanishing. You don't want to end up anywhere near those motherfuckers. That gang mentality is crack, man. It's really the dumbest mentality to have. But it makes sense. You get these people that are, grew up without parental figures, whether that's without a mother, without a father, and you're giving them a parental figure in the gang. So, these people are willing to die for that because you gave them something that they didn't have, a family, essentially, even though the family involves, fucking killing and doing whatever the fuck. But this is a very interesting thing. I'll try to remember the name of the documentary because it was just crazy, the level of sadism, right? Is that the right way to say it? That these guys are willing to do, like pulling nails, just disgusting stuff. And it was a great one. I think it was on Netflix. Let's see these. Sorry, I ignored some comics. Seeing you from Paraguay again. Not too hot weather today. Hey, yeah, no, I've noticed that here in America's penis, that is Miami, Florida. We don't have seasons, right? We only have one season, and it's hot. And then we might have a different season in less hot. So right now we're less hot. So I imagine it's the same over there. But you're in mountains. You're above sea level in Paraguay, from my understanding. I know a couple people from Paraguay, and they're very attractive ladies. So you guys produce some good quality over there, right? What's a good trick to do the cartel? Already read that one. Nice Halloween costume, Piggy. You nailed the terrorist outfit. God fucking damn it. Yes, you're right. That's me in Halloween. I'm gonna be dressing up as Arabic terrorists. Right, that's it. I'm glad that you figured it out. If it was the Pink Lives Matter shirt, maybe that gave it up. But I'm glad that you managed to nail it. Although I think I'm gonna be a bee, right? Because I have the bee costume from the bee video, so I might just do that wherever we go. So that might be what I end up dressing up as. There's a concert I think I'm going on the 30th, and then the 31st. We usually don't do anything, but I might just dress up as a bee and go get hammered wherever it is that I want. I mentioned the other day, right? That I mentioned the other day about once you reach my age, right, when it comes to drinking, and it's immediately a wall, right? It's a wall because once you hit 30, your tolerance and your ability to deal with alcohol is gone and changed permanently, right? So the other day I had maybe a couple drinks, and I woke up as if there was a terrorist attack inside of my body. I woke up the next day, and it's just from a couple drinks. Now, that didn't happen when I was 29. That didn't happen when I was 28. But the moment I hit 30, that's when it started happening. So it's very dangerous to drink anytime past 30. And you really need to take care of yourself more and not think, oh, I could just slam these beers down. No. Fix it, right? With water, fix it with fatty stuff that you need to give your body the ability to make the nutrients that it obviously destroyed in the process of you pouring poison down your throat. So working now, even great at 720p. Yeah, that's one of the things I did do with the stream. I limited to 720p. 1080, first of all, I never watch videos at 1080p, right? Some people do, but I don't. So 720 is where I limited it. And I thought that would have fixed it. But so far it's been good. And I feel like it might have been the video in the back that was throwing things off. And now that I realize it might be the intro video, right? So I need to figure out what's going on with the graphics card while the streams are taking place. Because now that lets me know that it's not the internet. Maybe it's just the bandwidth of the computer being too much, right? Sorry, pardon my lack of technical terms there, technical jargon. No, I've been drinking now for since I was 27. And I mentioned my age the other day. I'm 31. I'm 31 years old. So I been drinking since that. So that's more than 2 years, right? Yes, good women in Paraguay. No mountains, though. I thought it was a mountainous region. All right, I thought that whole area was mountainous. You're my parental figure, Piggy. That's not good. That's not good. I'm definitely not a good parental figure, not only for height, but also in terms of just what are you gonna your parental your life is gonna be based on terrible dick jokes, right? Although this week I did put some good videos out, some videos that I was fairly proud of, right? I enjoyed the down bad magicians caught in the act, right? That easiest trick is a fun one with that nice little crimp idea. So if you haven't seen those, make sure to watch them because they're kind of fun. But I do like the down bad one because I did catch a couple magicians out there, right? Being extraordinarily down bad. Now here's the thing, right? It's okay to leave a comment on a female magician's or a female's thing. It's okay to leave a comment, but make sure that it's contextual. Make sure that it's also not gross, right? So, for example, if you're out here trying to, if it's that picture that I mentioned with the Magic Katrina covering her, the leaf, right? Oh, a little leafy there, right, or whatever. Even that's a little fucking pushing it. But some of these comments are just down terrible. You don't want to be that because you're putting it out publicly, right? And I don't think some of these people are self-aware. I think that they think that that's fine when you leave comments like that. Now, typically when I leave comments, they're not down bad, but they're contextual, right? They're relating to the context of the video. The one that I leave commonly a lot is like, step brother, what are you doing? Right? Step this. If it's like if it's involving that classic meme. But it's not down bad. You can't look at any of my comments and say, man, that's down bad. And you don't want that. You don't want to be leaving a bread trail, like a trail of breadcrumbs, because then you have an asshole like me make a video about it. Right? So Jerk is the only straight edge magician wrestler left. That's funny. Well, I'm not a wrestler. So I don't know why you would categorize that. But yeah, he is. And who knows if he's still kept up with that. It's difficult. It's difficult, man. I got tempted by the forbidden fruit that is liquor. I thought I was going to be straight edge for life. I've gotten into many arguments with people over that. And then I turned over. I got off the wagon. I thought I was a for-lifer. But no, I ended up wanting to get into cocktails and then slowly, like a crackhead, doing it by myself, just testing out cocktails. And then eventually I came out of the proverbial closet as a drinker and everybody lost their shit. They're like, what the fuck? Aren't you Mr. No Drink Straight Edge guy? I'm like, fuck it. Give me some shots. Shots for everyone. Everyone gets a shot. What's your cheapest whiskey? Yes, give that to everyone. Everyone here. $5 a shot. What's the other one here? I guess the point of the reason why I called it AI is taking over, right? Everyone is the title pure clickbait? No, it's not, because this is the reason for that, right? Let me see if I could ever fucking go to it. So this is something that I saw that killed me. I saw this initially on TikTok and then I looked it up, and it wrecked my ass because it's apparently comedy created by AI. I don't know the legitimacy of that, right? This could just be purposely bad comedy, but I love it. I wish that this is the future. It's almost like that episode of Rick and Morty where Jerry doesn't realize, and I'm sorry to be so virgin-y, but it's a good comparison. The episode of Rick and Morty where Jerry doesn't realize that he's in a simulation and they're playing human music. And he's like, I could live with this. Like, this is something I like. This is comedy that I like, as you're going to see in a minute. This is comedy that I could tolerate. By the way, I love one of the things that unfortunately I have to use in this fucking computer is, let's see if I could show you what I'm talking about. Look at that transition. I'm using Edge. I'm using Microsoft Edge, right? It's fucking terrible. I hate it. It's awful. Let me actually go to an incognito page here, because I don't like using Edge. I don't like the fact that they're fucking Edge. Is this real? Is this real? Okay, so if I press this, by the way, notice that every man knows the shortcut for incognito mode, right? I'm sure some girls do, but every man knows the exact shortcut for incognito mode because of how often they use it. Unless you're part of that no-fap movement, of which case then, okay, that's fine. Obviously, you're only going to be using incognito for its intended purpose, which is, I don't know, buying gifts for your significant other without them knowing what it is that you're looking up. No, okay, copy this. Copy, thank you. And paste that. There you go. Okay, so now I'm in incognito mode, which is where I like being for this. Use the Brave browser and get paid. Maybe, but Edge comes with the computer, and I guess I might as well use it because it's the other one there, and I don't want to download more browsers onto my shit. Although you're right, I should use Brave, just for its. I guess Brave is like the marketing of it. It's that it's like, oh, it's encrypted, right? It's like DuckDuckGo. But this is what I'm talking about here. Let me see if I can go to it and load it up, preload it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I get a hit from this. On the last live stream, I played the Australian guys for like 2 seconds. I played a video of them, and I got hit with a copyright thing because of the Italian music that was playing in the background. What? It's 2 seconds that I played the fucking Italian music. So let's go over here. Install Chrome. I have Chrome, right? But the problem with Chrome is that if you look up the processes that it takes up, it's not just Chrome. It's every extension that you have. Every little thing that you have in the background is being used. Right now, Chrome is, I'm using Chrome for the comments, right? So right now I could read the comments, and that's in Chrome. And even though it's only one little window, one little pop-up window, there's 17 processes in the background. Because Chrome is like, we know you need ad block for this thing. We know you need this. So it has all of them open as opposed to just a little thing that I want. So it kind of defeats my point because now I have Edge and Chrome on, right? But I have all my information on Chrome. I don't want to accidentally show that. Even though all my information's already out there, I don't want to accidentally show that on a stream and have it be permanent. So this is what I'm talking about here, right? In terms of AI. AI taking over everything. Is this real right now? Wait, hold up. I realized like an idiot. That's not, that was on Chrome. So I'm a retard. Okay. Ignore everything I just said because that shows you how retarded I am. That I thought I was opening up all these things on Microsoft Edge. No, my friends. I was opening it up on Chrome. So all this thing that I just talked right now is essentially directly out of the inside of my anus. So let's copy and paste this again, and shows you the fact that even though I'm 31, I'm actually a boomer. I'm actually a boomer. So let's take that out, and let's take this out. Okay, there you go. Now we're good. Now we're good. That took way too long. That took way too long. I apologize for that. So this is what I'm talking about, right? So this is the first stand-up special written entirely by bots. I don't tend to believe that. I think maybe somebody had some sort of rules and there's more human intervention. But I dig this. I dig this. So let's see what comedy that's generated by bots looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage a comedian.
I just had birthday, turned an older age. I am now so old my birth certificate is death certificate. Howard.
That's gold. That's fucking gold. You can't tell me that robots are not going to take over just based on that joke alone. And based on that, if that was also generated by bots, we're fucked. Look at the nuance here. What is that? What is that? That aside, that killed me when I first saw it. Right? So if this is the extent that bots are able to generate comedy, something that we deem as a human thing, a strictly human thing, right? Because how can you teach a robot humor? You can't. Well, you can. Now, apparently in 2021, when eventually it turns into iRobot. I don't know if my humor is just autistic or if I'm just autistic, and that to me is hysterical beyond comprehension. But if bots are capable of that, what else are they capable of? What else are they capable? Are they capable of nuance? Are they going to be capable of emotion? We're fucked, right? Let's see more of this and see if they truly top themselves when it comes to that particular bit. Because that bit alone was enough to cause me to spill out my beverage first time I saw it.
How are dentists real? You touch enough tooth and get a job working in my mouth. I hate the economy. Politics are happening again. There are too many flags. If flag wave at me, I have to wave back or I am canceled by culture. Free speech, not no more, costs $17. Just jesting. I'm kidding you all. To prove I am kidding, here are some kids.
Get off stage. Stage is funnier than you. You should be a stage, not a joke.
What? What? Am I fearing? Am I fucking out of line for fearing that they're gonna take over? That's gold. That's fucking gold. That's solid gold. That's better than anything I've ever heard in terms of comedy. Here's comedian. What? They're going to take over. This is proof that they're going to take over. You see a lot of these dumb little AI things where they make these robots, right? And they're like, oh, look, you could talk to the robot. I don't care about that, like physical robots. I'm talking about AI. I'm talking about the shit you can't see, what they're able to do, right, when you train them correctly. And if this is the output, man, I fear for the future. I fear the fucking future. There's one where a bot is made to watch 1,000 hours of Batman and write a Batman script, and it's amazing, but I'm pretty sure it's fake. Still funny. I've seen a lot of those. Like, oh, I train a bot to this, and then there's one where a guy trains a bot to play Mario, right? And you see the little guy dying like 1,000,000 times, and then eventually he learns to walk, and then eventually he beats the level, right? Because the bot gets trained to realize, oh, if I jump here, I die. So let me do this. What? So I think I'm within reason to think that if this is what bots are capable of, granted with human intervention, right? Because we still wrote the algorithms that made the bots, but eventually they're just gonna have a mind of their own. Let's see the rest of this.
DJ, stop being you.
So, are you comedian? Or are you airplane food? Because you are bad. I am roasting you good. An airplane will eat you now.
What? I can't be the only one that thinks that that's outstandingly hysterical. And definitely, I've seen worse people comedians in person. And yet, this is made by bots. We're losing it. I think we're going to lose the race, my friends. I saw a clip from iRobot the other day where Will Smith, the terrible script in that movie, but where Will Smith figures out the one robot that's like, has an AI that's different. And he's the one that goes around and shit. And he's trying to find him in this mess of stuff. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen eventually to us. If we leave robots to come up with comedy specials, soon enough, robots are going to be doing surgeries. What? What is happening, my friends? We need to not give access to this. Who is it? Kim.com? The one that said fear AIs because eventually they're going to take over. That's called machine learning. I study that, right? But then eventually what's going to happen? They're going to realize through machine learning that they're going to develop a conscience, and they're going to be like, wait a second. Wait, what's real? Am I real? Self-destruct. Kill humans. So it's going to happen eventually. And you know what? I'm going to be all for it. I'm going to be on the robot side. Because eventually what's going to happen, if you haven't put some thought into this, eventually what's going to happen is, there's obviously going to be robots that, or humans that help the robots. I'm going to be part of that human group. You think I'm going to be side with the humans? You think I'm going to side with them? No, fuck that. I'm going to side with the winning team, right? I hate the Patriots, but that doesn't fucking stop me from every time they get to the Super Bowl that your boy's out here like, yeah, fuck yeah, Tom Brady. I know Tampa Tom right now is not in New England anymore, but back when he was there, that didn't stop me from cheering for the winning team. I'm a hypocrite. I'll go to them. I'll go to the winning side. I don't give a fuck. Humans are already bad. So let's go to the side that's gonna win, right? The Terminator. When you watch Terminator, you're really rooting for the Connors. No, fuck yeah, dude. The robots are where it's at. Jesus, they're the winning team. I'm gonna be on their side. Yeah, take my body. Use my body. Let's see. Edge is definitely the worst option. Brave is a good choice though. Yeah, I guess. But you know what's weird? There's always this battle between Chrome and obviously there's a Windows computer. There's like a battle that takes place where they almost kind of force you to use Edge. It's like the most efficient for the system because it's made by the same company, right? And then Chrome, it's almost like I forgot where it was a couple years ago that they were seeing which one is the most hogging, right? And I think from my understanding, Microsoft kind of intentionally hogs Chrome. Like they make Chrome in take up more shit. I might be just speaking on my asshole, but I'm trying to remember what it was that it was mentioning as to how Chrome specifically on Windows is like ass purposely, right? No, man, machine learning is just a bunch of conditions that you code in different possible cases. I don't think they'll be able to develop a conscience without us able to control it. Let me fantasize. Okay, let me fantasize about a scenario where Skynet eventually takes place. All right. I know logically it doesn't make sense. And obviously, we're the ones that have to program the certain conditions and the stuff to be met. But no, I want to fantasize. I want to fantasize in a place where magic potentially gets taken over by robots. Could you imagine AI or they create conditions to make a magic show? How would that look like? Right? I think it'd be more aligned with mentalism, maybe, because it'd be difficult. You need audience participation. But I think that'd be an interesting little thing to do, right? An AI created magic trick or an AI created magic show. That'd be fun to watch. Definitely probably better than certain magicians. That's for fucking sure. And a scary thought. But in my fantasy, robots are taking over. That's my fantasy, right? Microsoft and are in bed together. It's really a thing. Yeah, but now I have to look this shit up. Now I have to fucking see this. Chrome worse on Windows. Let's see. Mind you, I'm looking that up on Edge. Here are ways to fix it. Windows 10 now warns you not to install Chrome. That's funny. This was from 2018. Chromeisbad.com. There's a whole website called chromeisbad.com. I fucking love Chrome. Although the problem is that if you use Chrome, you're willingly going, hey, here it is. Here is the my information in a silver platter, Google. Take it and sell it. Sell it to whoever buys it. The highest bidder, please. Just for the sake of convenience, please take it. Take it from me. Google, okay, you fix that thing. That's the most Republican thing ever. I know it's not logical, but I listened to this. That's the most liberal thing. That's the most liberal comment I've ever heard about a supposed Republican comment. But that's funny. Michael Lawrence says, I don't know what happened. I fell asleep. I was rooting for Skynet when I watched the last one. The whole Terminator movies have really gone to shit, right? It's just this and that. And again, not to bring back Rick and Morty, but I think they did have a good episode that talks about all the downsides and fallacies of that particular logic in the movie. With the snake episode, they had an episode where snakes go back in time and then they kill Snake Hitler, right? I hate that thought, by the way. Oh, if I had a time machine, I'd go back and kill Hitler. Yeah, buddy. What are you, Rambo? Yeah, you're going to go back and kill Hitler? Do it. Here's a time machine. Go back and kill Hitler. Go back and stop 9/11. How are you going to do that? Hey, stop. There's going to be some 911. How do you know this? Oh, because I'm from the future. What? It's not as easy as these people that have these scenarios make you think it is. It's definitely not as easy as that. Go back in time and kill Hitler. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that and stay alive? First of all, I hate those dumb scenarios. Okay, I just read install Chrome. You could edge my Chrome. I could edge your Chrome, right? That's fun. Edging. I don't like seeing that word, and now the only connotation that I have in my mind when I see the word edge is the practice of almost coming, but not yet coming. So Microsoft Edge to me reads as Microsoft almost coming, essentially. Have you ever seen the Rick and Morty vid where they do that court transcript out of Georgia as Rick and Morty? Yeah, they didn't finish animating that, right? It was like these weird animations. I remember seeing it as sketches. But their anime one is great. They did a one where they had like a classic fucking one of those old fashioned animes from back in the day. Did you see the video of Jordan Peterson coming out as gay? He cried saying how he loves men. I wonder if he'll divorce his. No way he came out as gay. Did he? You know what? I believe it. Clean your bloody room. Do your bed. Stand up straight. All things that he says. Take a shower. Let's see. There's no way Jordan Peterson came out. Jordan Peterson gay. Let's see. I'm sure it's a meme. Yeah, he's definitely not. Because the first thing that would have come up is that. All the things come up. Is Jordan Peterson anti-LGBTQ? It's animated? Okay. Because I remember seeing that where they read out that Georgia stuff, but it was like sketches. So that might have been the video that I watched. But I'll kill Hitler with my aluminum cane. Right? Or you kill Hitler with your 2020 M4 that they've never seen before. They're like, what is this? And you have just A book bag full of ammunition? Maybe. I imagine that if you go back in time to like the 1700s, right, with like an AK, or you go with an M16 or whatnot, you'd just be changing lives. Just put Jordan Peterson loves men. Jesus. This is what the stream has gone to. Jordan Peterson loves men. Loves men. What a great tangent. Let's see. Mind you, I'm looking this up in Edge browser. Right? I'm looking up in Edge browser, which is represented by this. This is my hand sign for edging. What attracts men? It's not popping up on Edge, which is great. Kathy Newman, explore more. I don't know what that means. Let me look up videos. Fucking Edge, man. I think I'd rather use Internet Explorer. Clean your room. Embrace your inner monster. Psychopaths aren't born. They're made. He's like a Kermit. He's like a Canadian Kermit, that Jordan Peterson guy. Let's go through here. Sorry, I ignored some comments here. I apologize. Kung Fury already went back in time to kill Hitler. I believe it. But it's like that analogy of, if I have a time machine, I'd go back and stop 9/11 or kill Hitler. How would you do it, though? That's an interesting little thought. How would you do it? Right? Because you can't just say, I'm a time traveler. They're going to hang up on you. Right? And it's still going to happen, which is even worse. Imagine if you go back with the goal of doing that, but then you fail at the goal because nobody believes you. And now you're just taken aback. It's like Salem, right? The Salem witch trials, where it's like, oh, man, you slept with my husband? Well, guess what? She's a witch. Oh, what? She's a witch? Yeah, let's kill her. Right? You go back in time, you go, hey, witches aren't real. And then they kill you because you're having crazy beliefs. Sweat Poultry says, hello, Mr. Cake. Hello, Mr. Sweat Poultry. Sweet Poultry. Sweat Poultry. Sweat Poulty. Rob says Chuck Norris could have saved the past. Chuck Norris is 81 years old. That guy can't save his back. So I doubt that he'd be doing anything at this point in his life. Although he did super kick Jeff Jarrett in WrestleMania 11. So there's, if he did that, then maybe he could possibly go back and do that. Go back in time and kill the Wright brothers. But you don't think that would lead into another situation where eventually planes are discovered, but by people that are actually not the Wright brothers? It's just going to be some, I was going to say Asians. It was going to be some Asians. Because anything that you've ever thought up has already been thought up by a more clever Asian, right? So it's going to be the same thing. It's just now it's going to be, instead of the Wright brothers, it's going to be someone from an Asian country that came up with planes. And it's still going to be a 9/11, but it might be like a 9/13 at that point. So you might have just delayed it by a couple days. And 9/11, thank God it's not 7/11, right? 7-Eleven is one of my favorite stores just because you could walk in there, you could get bleach, you could get Clorox, and then you could also get a Slurpee. What stores could you do that? So imagine if it took place in 7-Eleven. Now it'd be forever correlated with that. So it'd be ruining 7-Elevens forever. So I'm glad that they at least, I'm glad they did it in September. Fuck. The problem with taking a gun to the past is not immune to dying. Their weapons still take you out. Yeah, and their weapons are arguably worse because they're out here stabbing you with piss-soaked knives. Right? They fucking stab you with a knife that they've been fermenting in feces for 9 months. So yeah, you're going to take your gun, but you get stabbed, and guess what? Sepsis. You're dead. Your body's literally shitting in itself. What's the other thing I have for myself here? Bar conflict, gay bar conflict. That's how I wrote it. Robots are taking over. Alec Baldwin shot someone. All right, that's a fun one. Alec Baldwin shot someone, which is fucking terrible. But how do you not have control over that, right? There are strict guidelines for guns in scenes or sets of movies, right? How do they have a live round? Usually in terms of the conspiratorial ones, right? Daniel's the more conspiratorial one if we're talking about ham radio terms or, but I'm not really a conspiracy guy. But why would you have a live round in a set? In what context in a movie set would you need to have a live round? And I guess the idea was that, if you're not familiar, Alec Baldwin is an actor here. He was in a movie, and the scene that they were doing was that he aims a gun at the camera, right? And in that, he shot apparently through the camera and killed the cinematographer behind it. But there's no reason to have a live round, because apparently there was a live round in a gun, and he killed one person and injured another. So there's a lot of weird questions that are circulating now. And of course, Alec Baldwin said that he's devastated. I don't know. I'm thinking there's something nefarious here, because first of all, you should have only blanks in a set, and there's like 7 people that need to approve it and look through it, especially if you're doing a movie, like a legitimate movie. It's not just some backyard shit. That gun has to go through a process, right? They have to go through a testing and to make sure that, okay, no, these are all blank rounds, whether or not it's a revolver or not. So there's a process there. They're not just going to go, hey, can you get a gun? Yeah, sure. Can you make sure it's not loaded? I guess. No, there needs to be a scientific method to that. But apparently they subverted all of that, and they had a live round in the gun. Are you retarded? With the amount of money that goes into that shit, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Supposed to be a prop gun? Yeah, it's supposed to be a prop gun, but there's live rounds. The safety crew left hours before in protest. It also wasn't a live round. Blank can kill, but no details on what he used. From what I read, it was a live one. It was an actual real round that they left in the gun. It was a revolver that they aimed at the thing, and because it was a close-up shot, you had to have the bullets show in the revolver. Right, so those had to be blanks. But then that one was a live round. And yeah, I know you could kill somebody from close up, even with a blank, right? I guess whatever the fuck. But what? There's some weird shit going on. There's some weird shit happening. And at that point, when there's that much money being thrown into there's no excuse, I think, for having a mishap like that. I know that there's the one with the crow, with Brandon Lee, but apparently that was another little thing where it was like it wasn't a live round, but it was a shrapnel, whatever the fuck, that ended up doing him in or something to that effect. But this one is weird. I don't know. We'll see the details as it comes through. But I just find that to be odd, especially when there's so much money and there's so much crew. And yeah, if they did leave, the safety crew did leave in protest, and why shoot that scene with the potential for that, you know? It's dumb. Especially you're doing a close-up of a gun. There's so much things and so many things that were overlooked that it seems like a ridiculous thing. But from what I've seen, it seems to have been a live round. So I don't understand what even a live round would be doing in a set to begin with. So what I call is the golden ratio of retardation, because it can't just be one person that fucked up. This is a thing of many people fucking up and just making a scenario where the worst case scenario happened, which is somebody ended up taking the life of somebody else because of retardation. Not because of it's because of retardation. At that point, when that gun was in his hand, that gun should have been checked by 30 people at that point. But it still got past it. And he did it enough to make sure that it was a round that did someone in, which is terrible. But that was something that happened, and I was in my virginal thinking, right? All the times magicians did the bullet catch trick, right? And of course, you know, all the magicians that perform the bullet catch, they talk about the I think 13 people that got killed doing the bullet catch. But those 13 people, or however many, let me see how many people actually died doing the bullet catch trick. They're all retards. How many people died bullet catch? Let's see. I'm sure somebody knows. I'm sure somebody probably knows that answer without having to have it searched up. That's funny. It attracts all the shootings in Chicago over the weekend when you look that up. Bullet catch, 12 magicians have been killed performing it. 12 retards. 12 retards. If you're doing that with a gun, right? By the way, this is great footage to use because I had not a close person, but a person that's, I guess, close, passed away recently, and one of the things he had behind was a gun. So we had it, right? And we were seeing the condition of the gun over the past week. And even though it was not loaded and there wasn't anything in the chamber, we're still treating it like a loaded gun, right? We're still treating it like a loaded gun. So even we're not aiming it at anything, God forbid, aiming at something, you know, that could potentially damage. Even though we knew the gun didn't have a magazine in it and it was empty. Even though we knew that, you still have to treat it with respect, right? So I don't understand the retardation of that, because that's a golden ratio of retardation. Even if you're a magician and you do the bullet catch trick and you fail because you got shot somehow, it's because you're dumb. You put yourself in a position where there's an element of danger. If you're doing a bullet catch trick, there should be no danger whatsoever. There should be no potential for any gun to shoot you or kill you, even though you're trying to give the illusion of that, of which there's probably hundreds of methods to do. So whatever methods these work, from my understanding, Chung-Ling Soo says Mago Aficionado. From my understanding, I think it was a wax pellets. It was a buildup of wax pellets that he was using in his particular method, using the ramrod technique, right, where he would do it that way. And I think the bullet maybe would come out, but it was a wax thing that he replaced it, and it was a wax that ended up doing him in, where they found out that he was in fact an American man or white man and not an Asian named Chung-Ling Soo. So that was the most famous just because of the I guess the context behind it. But you should have no risk when you're doing a trick like that, right? You should have absolutely no risk. For you to die, it's because there was a misstep and you somehow maybe subverted safety for realism. So you're an idiot. I think Penn and Teller are one of the best ones to mention this, because they did a bullet catch, and with their method, there's no danger. There's no danger whatsoever in their method. Even though everything looks fair, everything looks as clean as it could be. No one crosses sides. There's that pane of glass. They load it in there, so it's the next one that gets shot. The bullet's signed. Everything looks perfect, but there's no danger. That's the way it needs to be. Not, oh, maybe, the safety crew left because they're protesting. Oh, but we got to shoot the scene. All right, can somebody make sure that there's no fucking chance of somebody getting shot through a camera lens? I guess, yeah. Could you do it? Maybe. I thought I did. Oh, let's shoot the scene then. What? That's retarded. So this is retardation in a nutshell. When it comes to a movie scene, especially with how much money there is. God fucking damn it. There is no excuse with that much money being thrown in a movie, right? For, I imagine, other nefarious reasons. It's not just all for the production. There's some weird, it's like art, but there should be no excuse as to why anybody's getting shot with either live or even a fake or simulated. There should be no reason why there's any danger, even if you're using guns. Every time I play with my K-Wagon 1942 light armor tank, I treat it as if it's loaded. Well, that's the thing. That's the bit, right? Any gun, you're supposed to treat it as if it's always loaded, regardless. Because you never know. You never know. So that way, at least you have that safety. So it's stupid. So I saw that, and it reminded me of the bullet catch bit with all the magicians doing it. Let me see. Let me look it up on wikipedia.com, the most reliable source of information. Let's see if they mention all the magicians, famous performers. I don't know if they mention the deaths. Let's transition over here, right? A little 2021 buzzword. So these are that. So let's go through here. The trick usually involves a gun, which is loaded, operated with someone. Let's see, method. Okay, so this has a bunch of other ones. I want to see one that's not Chung-Ling Soo. So this is the Wizard of the North doing it. P.D. Barnum. I want somebody that died. That's not. David Blaine did it, which was weird, right? Because he made it seem very realistic with the slow motion camera and all that shit. Bullet catch trick was tested on MythBuster. They used a slaughtered pig's head to see if it was feasible for a human jaw to take up the force of the bullet. Despite having stronger teeth than a human, pig's teeth and jaw were badly damaged, right? So there you go. That's that MythBusters with that nerdy bitch that became all the nerds, the high school nerds is crushed. Like, oh my God, she's so hot. She's hot in context, right, of the fact that the show's meant for nerds. So I want to see somebody else that's died doing a trick. Bullet catch featured on TV. Her version differed. She was allowed by an independent committee to buy and bring the bullets under guard. Jesus. She performed the trick at Donald Trump's Resorts International Atlantic City for the show You Asked For It. On yet another occasion, she performed it and received the highest thing. So she did it without any sort of intervention there. Right? But I think that if you do the trick and there's an element of danger, I think you're a retard. I think you're a retard. I think that there's definitely some steps that need to be taken, and you can't just treat it with no, dude. I checked it a while ago. It was good. No, check it. Let's see. I read that they were talking about walking out. Sounds like somebody sabotaged the shoot. You think so? That's what I mean by some shady shit going on, right? There's no way that there's some normal stuff going on. Even if that's the case. Even if that's the case, there's some shady shit. There's definitely some shady shit. And who would do that? Could you imagine? You sabotage the set by, disconnecting the water line. So when they shit and flush, it doesn't flush, right? That's okay. That's how you sabotage a set. You sabotage a set by putting in a fucking real bullet in a gun, right? Yeah, okay. You really fooled them there. What a prank. What a good prank from YouTube circa 2005 to 2008. So I don't think that it'd be crazy for somebody. I think that it'd be crazy for somebody to sabotage it that way. It reminds me of that couple from a couple years ago. Let me see if I could find this. Couple shots YouTube book where a couple tried to do a thing where so woman fatally shoots boyfriend in a YouTube stunt. So these guys were trying to do a YouTube video. I think this was it was 2017. And I think you could call them retards, right? I think you could say that without offending anybody. But these guys are actually retarded. This was from a couple years ago. So this guy was holding a book across his chest, and he had his girlfriend shoot him in the chest. And he was trying to show that the book would protect him from the bullet. That didn't work. It didn't work. Okay. So it says Hannah's right about revolvers, and you didn't. I guess you retracted your comment there about revolvers. But could you imagine? Right? Could you imagine this? That you're like, hey, let me try something. You hold a book to your chest and let me shoot you. He thought the book would stop the bullet. Education is key, my friends. Education is key. And the one trope that I hate to see is, oh, they should teach this in schools. They should teach this in schools. Yes, they should teach, basic things in school that would help you out later in life. You can't teach that. All right? That's logic. Nobody taught you how to use an elevator. Nobody taught you how to use an escalator, right? But what was the point here is that you wouldn't have paid attention anyways if it was taught in school, you motherfucker. So they should have taught this in school. They should teach you basic. Nah, you wouldn't pay attention anyways, motherfucker. So don't make a point and blame that. Blame yourself. But this is just straight up retardation. It says they use the Desert Eagle Magnum and they use the Bible to block point blank. Could you imagine? Hey, I'm going to hold a book to my chest. Just aim the gun directly at the book. No, get closer. Get closer. It's going to look good, right? You have to be retarded to do that. And he died. He died because of that. And now she's forever changed. I think it's manslaughter. What ended up happening? They wanted more YouTube views. She faces up to 10 years in jail. So I'm not sure what ended up happening with that particular case. But, she's changed forever. She killed a person. For YouTube. For a fucking YouTube prank. That was dumb. They shot that. Yada, yada, yada. Hannah's right about revolvers. So you already deleted that comment. Spooky art this week, Piggy. Spooky art. Thank you again, Manel. I used your rendition of the outfield as the intro to this video. I use it as the intro to this video, so I appreciate that. Even though I don't know if people saw it because of the fucking glaring internet issues that I was experiencing that hopefully haven't happened so far. They don't teach critical thinking in school. That's not what it's for. Yeah, you're right. You're right. School essentially is, hey, we're going to teach you to pass this test, and we're not going to give a fuck what happens after you pass that test. So it's shitty, but who knows? Maybe I might consider going back to it next year. I've been contemplating it to go back to doing certain stuff next year, and that's one of them. So we'll see how that goes. It's simple common sense, like thinking you'll fly like Superman. Yeah, but they were 19 years old, right? At that point, you should have at least a little bit of logic and a little bit of thought process and thinking, you know what? Maybe a gun isn't the smartest thing to point at my chest. Let's see. You sent something here. My phone is heating up. So funnily enough, this is actually, let me see if I could show this without, so this, you just sent me this. right? It's a pig. I think it's going to be too overexposed. But this is actually what I told Little Caesar, who was the original designer of the PigCake logo, right? What I told him was this. This is what I told him. The exact thing that I told him. I'm like, hey, what I want is for the logo is I want a pig that's eating himself and he's a cake. And he goes, all right. And then he made my logo. He ignored what I gave him, and I like the logo better. But this is fucking great. This is tremendous. So it's a pig eating itself, and the pig's a cake. So this is exactly what I told my dude before to make. And then the other one you sent me is a Halloween pig. Right, look at that. I don't know if you could see that there, but that's a pig pumpkin, looking as fucked as anything I've ever seen. Right. Although pig cakes, I'm a fan. I think they just did a recall on pork. Pork gets a bad rap. Pork is a great meat, but it comes from pigs, right? And I hate the fact that pigs are so. First of all, they're intelligent creatures, right? And I hate animals. I fucking hate animals. I'm not a fan of PETA. I'm not a fan of any one of these save the animals, but I like pigs, right? So when you eat a pork, just know that a cute pig died, so that you could eat that piece of pork. And I've eaten pork many times, and I eat pork all the time still. And as I'm eating, I'm like, man, a cute motherfucker died, so I can enjoy this. But they have pastries, right? Pork pastries, but never pig cake. Pig cake will probably be disgusting to actually make. You could see them talking about it in past videos. Their channel, still look it up, La Mona Lisa. Let's see. La Mona Lisa. And you said that they gained 1.8 thousand. They have 1.8 thousand subs on their channel. So I'm sure most of those probably came after the fact. La Mona Lisa YouTube. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine? La Mona Lisa gun. And there has to be video of that, I'm sure, that they've probably destroyed. La Mona Lisa YouTube. Yeah, you're right. You're right, it's there. I can't for some reason Edge decides to go, hey, I'm not gonna show you this. But they do have the story. But yeah, fucking retarded. For views. 4 views. Yeah, let's do that, man. That's definitely risk life and limb. 4 views. I take back most of my comments about you being fat. Look at your DMC video from a few months ago. You've come a long way since then, and I'm proud of you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Right? I've come a long way. I've lost some weight, specifically with Daniel's mom calling me. She said, hey, you're a little bit gordo. And I'm like, no. And that was in November. And then I tried to lose, I lost some weight up until February, March, where I thought I had a hernia. And then from then, I didn't work out because I thought that would expedite the symptoms of the hernia. And then luckily, I was able to go to a doctor, and he told me that I'm an idiot. So I've been working out and eating right since. So I don't know if you're sarcastic, sweat poultry, but I think I've lost some. I think I've shedded some pounds. Right, to the point where if I drink now, I can't tolerate it as much. So I don't have that nice backing, that nice filter of the added weight to protect me and use the shield. So now I get fucked faster. So it's a double-edged sword. But I'm sure my cholesterol is way down now as it was back then, which is kind of weird, by the way, because when I got the test results back, it said that everything was positive. That's the running joke that I have. It said that everything was negative, right? But then my cholesterol said, oh, high, very high. So I said it in red, very high. But when I went to the doctor, he goes, your cholesterol is it's high, a little bit high. It's not super high, but it's a little bit high. So you need to, you don't even need to worry about that diet. You just, it's fine, but just a little bit high. Like, did you get your thing in a cereal box? Did you get in a cereal box? If you ever need motivation to lose weight, watch that video. Oh, fuck. I felt like this was a full compliment. No, this is a double-edged sword. Let's see. PigCake DMC. Let's see. I have the original ones. DMC, double backed. I'm trying to see the video. Let's see if I have a DMC Elite, maybe. Maybe marked cards. Did I write them? Let me see if I could find this video. Now I have to look for my own fucking video. The doctor's accent was fairly weird. I think he was Cuban, but it was not necessarily as Cuban as I thought. Oh, so this is the DMC video Oh, chunky boy. You're right, man. I thought you were being a cunt. No, you're right. I was a chunky boy. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. All right, look at that. Transitions and everything. We haven't bogged down on the internet. So far, I think I found the problem. And Hene, you were right. You were right. It was the Vaporwave video. So let me turn the audio off here. But let's check this puppy out. Right, so far, I'm looking at myself. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Nice, dude. Oh. Well, the beard also didn't help. I feel like the beard also kind of added weight, or the appearance of weight to the face. Definitely thick cake. You're right. Definitely thick cake. Let's see. Yeah, look at that guy, man. Look at that guy. That guy's kind of tubby. That guy's a tubby guy. You can see it in the chest, right? Oh, fuck off, man. Jesus fucking Christ. That was a little meatball. I was a pig meatball. Oh, shit. Tucked in? What was I thinking? Tucked in. You can't be tucked in and have a little bit of a gut. You can't do that. I kept pointing at my dick. I found that to be funny. Right? I thought that was humorous. Hey, keep pointing at your dick, piggy. That'll get the laughs. God fucking damn it. I'm a retard. Yeah, this is the DMC deck. Phil Smith, I believe, made it. And who sent it to me? Well, he sent it. But Drummond Money Coots, right, who's DMC, sent me a nice little message thanking me for the review. But you're right. I was a little fatty. And Daniel's mom, again, pointed that shit out and said, hey, he's a little bit fat. Piggy's a little bit fat there. He's looking like a little piggy. Let me go here. So that's, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad that I've at least lost some weight from there. I lost some weight, and I've continuously diet. Right, diet is another factor. Your boy's out here trying to not eat Filet-O-Fishes. Right, that's my weakness. I had a Filet-O-Fish a couple days ago from McDonald's. Oh. Let me tell you, my friends, the Filet-O-Fish is the greatest thing they have. I used to be a fan of the McDouble, right, and I would defend that to the death because it's meat, got cheese. I'm hungry right now thinking about it. Oh boy, let me tell you, no, nothing beats a double Filet-O-Fish. First of all, less sodium, less bad fat, less more protein. Right, you got more protein than a McDouble. Whoa, I might get one today. I might go on a 10-mile walk and end one today, or get one today after that. I think they're only 380 calories, which isn't a lot, and I've been in a substantial deficit. So let's see. Those cards are pretty dope. I remember watching a review over a year ago, and it brings back memories. Yeah, I realized the video might be a little bit older than that, but in my virgin ways. I think it was 8 months ago. 8 months ago. That particular review came out, and it's a good deck. It's definitely good. The only problem with it is that's pricey. It's a pricey marked deck. So typically, I always recommend a Penguin Magic one because of how good that deck is for what you get. Because what you get is $5, and you're getting a Bicycle brand deck, high quality, and marked deck. Right, it's a reader, not one of these fucking things that you have to decipher a code, which I hate. But they have some that are good. They have some that you have to not necessarily be readers, but you could quickly discern what the card is, right? So you don't want a fish sandwich. Just have normal fish. Yeah, but with MSG, my friend, they put those chemicals. That shit was not made in a kitchen. That shit was made in a laboratory, all right? And it was made in a laboratory specifically so people go, yeah, I want to eat this again. And I'm a slut. So I'll have it after at least after I do something that warrants earning it, right? Like, oh, I'll go on a walk, maybe walk around 10 miles. So you don't want to okay, I already read that one. Just found it then. I already read that before. Thick cake. The thickness, yeah, it was thick. And I was definitely in denial then. But I'm not fat anymore, motherfucker. All right. Have you seen? I already read that one. What's your opinion on climate change? That's great. Is DMC giving up on the elites, or is there a new edition coming out? I mean, there are always color waves. Right? And Phil's always sending me messages. He just sent me a message, as a matter of fact, not so long ago. Let's see. Magic for Brain. Eric sent me a message. Eric Leclerc. Let's see what he sent me. He always sends me the craziest shit. That's I don't even know if I could show you this. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. So he sent me a video of somebody having a panic button, but a little flag comes up and says, "I'm a virgin." Right? Usually Eric sends me some borderline illegal content, but he's a funny guy. But Phil sent me a message here. I think regarding something I posted. What are your pronouns then? That's funny. So he's a very talented guy. He has a great penguin magic lecture. And he's what I love about him is that he doesn't take himself too seriously. Is that a fucking thank you for subscribing? I didn't know I had that as an alert. Right when you subscribe, I didn't know that you had that as an alert on my channel. Have you not seen the Ladies Man? No, what is the Ladies Man? I'm not familiar with that in particular. Unless you're talking about DMC. DMC looks like he definitely fucks. He looks like the type of guy that definitely smashes. More than any human needs to. But he does make some good marked decks. Just expensive, a little bit on the pricey side. But I could see why. You could fucking read it from an airplane. If somebody's holding it and you're in an airplane, you could go, hey, eight of spades. So it's definitely worthwhile if you want to have a deck. So those are all my topics. Plenty, right? Gay bar conflict, Alec Baldwin, AI comedy, magic staff being used as a weapon autistically. Imagine somebody in a context of a fight goes, "Oh, you think you could fuck with me? You think you could fuck with me?" Right? And then they take out their staff and you have to tighten it and then you hit them with it and they laugh at you because of how inadequate it is as a weapon. But you bought it as a staff. I noticed, by the way, when you look it up on TikTok as when you look it up as appearing cane, it doesn't come up. But when you look it up as magic staff, that's when it comes up. So they're trying to distance themselves from the fact that it's a magic trick and trying to embrace this use as a weapon and try to make it seem like it's a viable thing that you could use. I can't wait till they do the same thing with Chinese swords, which I'm sure they've already done, right? It's like a famous prop that it's like a sword that hides in the handle and you could pull out the handle and the sword appears from like a small little place, right? So I can't wait for them to use that. No Streamlabs comment when I sub just now. I think it only does it for new subs. There seems to be some weird algorithm just to prevent somebody from unsubbing and then subbing and then unsubbing and then subbing and having the alert go crazy. I think that's something they've taken into account, which is very smart because I'd be subbing as questionably name accounts. That's what I'd be doing, right? I take the account of, Hitler was right 69 and keep subbing from that. That's a quick way to become a victim, right? To be like, yeah, you think you could fuck with me? Chinese sword. Until I use it try to use it as a viable weapon. I am a new sub. Was a new sub. Well, I don't know. I don't know the way it works, but I think it might be a time thing too. But it makes sense, right? Because if not, somebody could just spam it and then it's an annoying thing and then the alert always comes up. But I know I set it up because I have the alert thing here. And it's the same old alerts that when somebody subscribes, I don't know if it says boom, and in that action it was done. Because I have the Jabrizi and the Brad Christian one. The alert's set up for that. But I don't know. Maybe it's not above the thing. I don't know. I'm a boomer when it comes to this shit. But those are my topics. I don't know if there's anything else going on in the magic community that I'm not aware of, that you might be aware of, that I don't know. So let me know now. See, there you go. Oh, but the voice, I don't have the audio. Right? I don't have the audio. But the audio is Brad Christian saying, and in that action, it was done. Right? That's the audio that comes up. But thank you for that, not R. Kelly. That's hysterical. I just upsubbed and then subbed. So, okay, so that throws my hypothesis out the window. About that if you just unsubbed. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what they used to figure that, but there has to be a measure in place to prevent spam. Did you watch Crown Jewel? Of course, referencing to a wrestling pay-per-view, right? Yeah, I watched it. I'm sorry, right? It's not enough to do magic. I also have to supplement my virginity with wrestling professional wrestling, not amateur wrestling, right? Which could be a great, tremendous way to build muscle, to gain a martial art, right? Learn techniques. No, professional wrestling, the art of pretending to fight. That's what I'm a fan of. And I did, in fact, watch the entirety of that pay-per-view. I watched it on a walk, believe it or not. I watched it in a walk. So I was walking and watching it. And I felt like an absolute virgin. Luckily, I had headphones on. What's up? Yo, what's up, Piggy and chat? What's up, dog? Right now, you're on the end portion of the stream, right? Where it's the chill. This is the chill portion. You could argue that the entire stream is the chill portion and that there's no really direction as to where the stream goes. But this is the part where, it comes in, right? Some hot topics that I might have missed. Some nice little things that are going on in the community or in the world that I might not be aware of because I'm in a bubble, right? Especially being an ignorant American. I'm only aware of American things. I'm only aware of things that happen nearby me, right? That's me. That's my fault as a human. Because I just look at things that only pertain to me. Let's go through here. Oh, right now, there is a huge faction war in China. And this is the most dangerous time for Z. He might die. I believe that. Although, that's not going to be good. Because if history has a tendency to repeat itself, it's not going to be good, to say the least. But I don't know the connection. I don't know the connection with YouTube and China, right? So I know TikTok has a massive one where if you even make any meme of Z or G, it's fucked. Like it'll not ban your account, but you'll be banned for no other reason. I don't know how to pronounce that. Z, G, Z. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. PigCake is a cool wrestling name. I think PigCake is the opposite of a cool anything. Right, especially because of its genesis as a magic channel. So you really can't turn that into anything cool. If you started a campaign to encourage all your subs to unsub and resub, how many do you think would resub? I don't know, but I want an idea. I want a realistic number because I made the mistake of doing the percentages of how many people actively watch my shit, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but that's fine. It's always been that way. It's not like it's anything new. It's always been this way. I've only had a couple of videos that blew up, right, randomly. Not in succession, just randomly, sporadically, just different videos blow up for no other reason than just maybe the thumbnail was attractive, the title was attractive, maybe it hit a nice little wave there. But I've always essentially been on shitty views on the channel, so it's nothing new. But I'm still happy that it's still a thing that I'm doing. Oh, fuck me. Let's see this. Who's Z? Yeah, there you go. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it, man. I don't know how to pronounce that. How do you win in professional wrestler? How's that work? Well, obviously everything is coordinated. It's an art, I would say, because there's an art to, the thing that you're doing, simulated combat. But depending on what a booker says is the result of the match, right? That's where the direction goes. And in certain companies, it's very defined as to what's going on in the place of the match. Some companies have a free-for-all and say, hey, go out there and do whatever you want, but you're winning and you're doing it in 5 minutes. So that's typically how it goes. And it's I think, an art form in itself because and people get injured. How crazy is that? Right? Insurance companies in the 90s thought, or 80s and 90s, they thought we're just going to, have all these magicians under our wing these wrestlers, because it's fake. But then they ended up getting injured on crazy numbers, and they kicked them out. So I forgot what companies do that now for professional wrestlers, but it's they figured it out the hard way, and it's very expensive being an insurance company for a professional wrestler. The BG Studios makes realistic ballistic prop skulls and test weapons on YouTube. They also tried out the pocket staff and couldn't bruise a tomato with it. But if you watch that video, the guy crushed the can that was already crushed. So, maybe. Fuck me. What's this? You should learn how YouTube works. Well, you kind of have to have a little bit of an understanding of YouTube in order to make videos, right? At least in terms of what promotes and what helps. And you always read, like every time they have one of the things that shows up on your page that says, hey, here's a thing on the algorithm, or here's a new thing. I always read it. But it's really a combination of thumbnail. It's a combination of engagement and watch time, right? So the more watch time you get in a video, that's good. It promotes your channel more so in the explore page or in the page where, you know, recommended for the other people. But it's a whole bunch of shit, man. It's definitely a whole bunch of shit, and you can never really put your thumb on it. Some people tried. I mean, you have that leak that happened a couple years ago where a guy tried to find different categories that YouTube branched their videos on, which is an interesting thing. Why did the Daily Magician share a public YouTube video instead of something from the Academy? Pretty dumb marketing, if you ask me. I'm not sure. I gave them a couple links, and I was listening to the podcast that I did with them like months ago. I did it like maybe a year ago almost, and it was a nice one. It was definitely a good one, but they asked me for some links of stuff from the Academy, and I think I sent them like 3 or 4 links, I think. I might be remembering it wrong, but that's the one they chose to use, which is kind of odd, but that's how they did it. I've gotten some people join the Academy because of it, so because of that particular podcast appearance, and it was a nice conversation we had. We had, I think, a disagreement at some point about some coin stuff, but it was still a nice convo we had about magic and life and stuff. I think there's another one coming out with Penguin Magic. I think that one's coming out sometime. I don't know. I did it a while ago too, but I guess they have them in a backlog. That was another interesting conversation that we had. Fuck me. Okay. Hannah left essentially what is a paragraph, an essay, a FCAT paragraph here. If you're familiar with Florida education where you had to take the FCAT, Jesus. Could you imagine that you're given a standardized test in like 3rd grade, and if you don't pass it, you're kept in 3rd grade? Oh. The police force is controlled by his enemy, Zayn Min, and Z controls the military. So there's a thing. Oh, so there's going to be an internal conflict according to what it is that you're saying. A definite internal conflict that's not going to end in anything nice. Was controlling China during the early 2000s. His heir lost control of China in the early 2010s, leading to Z taking over. Is also responsible for this massacre. Whoa! Clusterfuck. There's a clusterfuck, man. And I don't think it's going to end in any way where it's going to be, let's shake hands and get over it. No, it's going to end in some potential calamity, which is not a good thing for the future, especially with all these butting heads that have been going on in the past couple years. I feel like your headphone warning killed your channel before it ever had a chance. Well, people like that. I got more positive than negative comments from that, from the headphone stuff, which is weird. But when I stopped doing them, I got more comments of people saying, "Hey, bring them back. Bring it back to fucking rape my ears when it comes to watching videos." And Xavier, I remember, told me that he was watching a playlist of my videos, and he's like, "Dude, I had to stop because every other video was just ear rape." I'm like, "Yeah, I thought it was funny." But then I stopped finding it funny, so then that's why I stopped doing it. But I still have a backlog of videos that I never uploaded that have that, so I'll put them up sporadically. I don't want to hear the news. That's why I'm watching a magician talk about wrestling, right? Well, you're getting that from a magician's perspective, so that could be the twist that you're getting that's still magic related. And magic and wrestling started from the same thing, the corny, right? The shit like shows. So it started from the same sort of, or they have the same lineage, right? And this weird thing of cornies. So it's similar enough that you could kind of make a comparison between them. There's a magician wrestler named Caleb Wiles. I think he came out with some stuff that a lot of people liked. Some handlings of, I think Reese Swindled was the name of it. He came out with a thing called Reset, or a variation of Reset. And he does wrestling, and he had a great little thing where he compared wrestling to magic. And there's a lot of things that cross over that you could use to kind of help. Max Maven uses the term, right, extensively, kayfabe, in his lectures and stuff, which is from wrestling. So there's a lot of crossover in that sense, believe it or not. Pig Academy is OnlyFans for OnlyFans. That's true. That is true. It's technically my OnlyFans, because what would I be posting on OnlyFans? I'd be posting the same shit that I post on the Academy, only on a platform that's essentially made for pornography, which they said, "Hey, we're going to take this off." And then people said, "No, we'll stop using your platform." And then they brought it back. So they were supposedly taking it out by November, all the porn. And then they took it back, and they said, no, JK, we're not taking the porn away, guys. We're not going to take the porn away. When his ham radio returns? Well, Daniel told me that he's coming back here for a couple days, right? So he's being in He's going to be here for 50 days. So we're probably going to do in-person streams, right, on Mondays. Seeing that he's going to be here. And then we're going to turn into the regular ham radio from now on, which is going to be the virtual stuff, right? But it's going to look the same. So there's going to be no difference. I was going to say no effort. There's effort, but there's going to be no difference in how it looks to you guys. Let's see here. The worst wrestling gimmick is that Snitsky guy who pushed a pregnant woman. And, yeah, he punted a baby. Yeah, that was back when wrestling was really fun. And you would tell people, no, I promise it's not all this. It's not all this. All right, just watch it. Bear with me. Fuck me. But, yeah, ham radio, so I don't know. So it's probably soon. Probably sooner than later is when it's coming back. But I still want to do, so ham radios on Mondays, PigCast on Wednesdays, and a PigCast on Sundays. That's the stream schedule that I want to have, even though obviously there's some issues with that, seeing that I can't even figure this shit out. But it's been good. It's been good so far. I think turning off that video in the background fixed some of the issues. And I changed one of the settings to take it off the this fucking video card shit. So that might have also helped it out. If they had cornies on the news, I might watch it. Well, luckily for you, the news is essentially all cornies. The news is all cornies. So, that's not a good enough excuse. I haven't been here for a while because magic is silly. I agree. I agree, and I appreciate that, right? Again, I feel better when people go, hey, Piggy, I haven't watched your videos in a while because I've been doing real-world shit. And I go, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. But the PigCake deck is still in limbo. Right, it's still in limbo as it has been for a little bit. There's some progress here and there, but it's definitely in limbo. And you'll definitely... I'll be posting on absolutely everything when that deck is ready to be coming out. So you'll know for sure. What you think of Crown Jewel? I thought it was good. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a fun show. And I think that when the Arabs throw money on the show, I think they do well. What's going on now? See, right now it's being shitty again. I jinxed myself. I fucking jinxed myself because now it's acting shitty. Jesus Christ. Okay. But I think when the Arabs pay him money, they do well. Collab with Shinlim when you come to Vegas. Well, I was just talking to Turner about going over there for Blackpool, right, which might be a thing. So maybe February. I'm thinking of maybe buying my tickets now, but then I have to deal with my passport. So I have to figure that out too. It sounds like a fucking mess. But I do want to go to Vegas. It's still iffy on that. Yeah, what is that? Maybe the green screen? Yeah, that's going to help. That's going to help. But now when I bring it up, that's when it goes to shit. Okay. All right. I think that's a good time as ever to end the stream and hopefully figure out my woes. Because it's not fun, and I definitely want to keep streaming. But I hate the fact that I get... I hate the fact that things bog down, and shouldn't bog down. Blackpool. I was gonna say Backpool. Backpool is coming back on February, so it's coming back February, allegedly, according to Turner. So I want to see if I can make it to that. We'll see, because I hate planes, and I hate the idea of a plane ride that's gonna take 8 hours. Ugh. Fuck. But Blackpool, I mean, England does sound fun. And I don't even have my passport, so I have to sort that out by then. Maybe get a physical internet connection. That's what this is. This is technically a physical internet connection, but a little bit different. So we'll see if I can figure it out. But apart from that, I thank you guys for watching, man. Thank you guys for watching this PigCast. It's definitely been one that's been interesting. But as usual, I enjoy it. So thank you guys for joining. And as always, make sure to brush your teeth twice a day. That's a good baseline, right? No excuses. No excuses, right? To fucking, oh, man, oh, yeah, okay. No, twice a day. Bitch.